Russia. Early morning start. Great to be getting the car back. Very, very happy. Right, let's try to get her in. Okay, so here she is, all unloaded from the container, and it feels absolutely brilliant to have it back home. Definitely took a bit longer than I was expecting, just because shipping at the moment isn't as efficient as it used to be. So it left Russia, I think, about 8 weeks ago. Got to Antwerp about 6 weeks ago. It stayed there sitting on the port waiting to get the boat back to Cork in Ireland for another 3 weeks. So it just took some time, but here she is, exactly as it was put in the container in Russia. It still has the rubber from the final round in Sochi on the car. Hasn't been cleaned. This is exactly how it left the last round. We just put some Ignite fuel into it, and it started right up. So we're very, very happy that it's running perfectly, and we're very lucky as well that the container it came back in from Russia was literally a brand new container. So that's a strike of luck. So we had new seals and everything like that, and you don't get a choice on that kind of stuff. It just it was a lucky one. So there's no corrosion or no signs of any corrosion on anything. And as I said, like the last time this car was cleaned was at the track, but it still looks really, really good. So yeah, I just wanted to walk you guys through the car, and we're going to take a look at the damage throughout one hard season competing in the RDS Championship in Russia. Let me turn off Dad's heater because it's a little bit noisy. So yeah, we'll start to the front and check out how this car held up over the season. So it's the exact same M-Spec Performance body kit, carbon Kevlar kit that's been on the car all season. My spare bumpers are still wrapped up here in the corner, so at least we can make the front and rear of the car look very fresh very quickly. Held up really good. A lot of contact from different cars and different battles. That's the splitter I got from Ford Auto, and we fitted that on the last round. The bonnet itself is fine, just for some scrape marks on a transition, but in general held up really good. Wing is perfect. This door has seen better days, but what I love about a steel door is you can just pop it back out. It never cracks or it never pushes through, so you can just kick it out from the inside, and it looks respectable enough, but you can see the damage a bit more here on the inside. But cage didn't get any marks, everything like that is perfect. The sills are still in really good condition. Side skirt is good. The rear arches, obviously from how much this car squats, yeah, the tyre has been poking out through here, so we're gonna make a change there for next year. just adjust the shape of the arch so the holes won't be so big. It's actually worse on the other side. Yeah, this is the other side, and there's some duct tape holding it together, but in general it's held up really good. This door is absolutely perfect, no mark whatsoever. Body kit is sweet. Have some light damage down here in the quarter panel, and the back bumpers, after taking a lot of scuffs off the actual couple of walls and a couple of transitions from people chasing me. So yeah, BCL wing held up really good. Last round in Sochi had a few taps off the wall, but it's held up really well. So the carbon blade, I think, is definitely a bit stronger than the fiberglass. Okay, so actual mechanical parts of the car, which we have went through in the season. You'll see here I laid everything out. So here's our spares package, which we shipped out at the start of the year. And down there we have some of our spare wise fab. Our spare engine is back, spare rear subframe, and here are the actual damaged parts. So I think either this wheel or this wheel was from the hard contact with Kristaps I had in H-Ron circuit in Rizan, that's the one. Yeah, so a couple of wheels damaged. These ones were from some lighter contact, so they still hold air, but these ones are totally in trouble. This one has a small crack in it too from contact. I think this taillight was damaged in the FIA IDC in Riga, so just coming around that last corner, right on the wall, we just tapped it a little too hard. This again is the Wise Fab new toe arms, and you can see how well they work. Like, we're extremely impressed with this. This was on the car when I hit Kristaps in H-Ron, and you can see the damage to the wheel, and just a simple toe arm, popped it on, and everything else on the Wise Fab on the back of the car was absolutely perfect. So you can see how well that works. We also damaged a front Wise Fab hub, just knocked the pip off on the bottom of the hub. A BC coilover from contact, and I think this was actually in the first round. So if you put a gun on here, yeah, you'll see a little wobble in the shock as it turns, so that's how you can check him easily. Even when it's on the car, you'll see the wheel will be moving in and out when you spin the top. So one front coilover, one toe arm on the rear Wise Fab, and one front knuckle. So really good. We went through a few steering arms. Just one was from a bend at the last round with Gotcha in the final battle, and these ones, sometimes with light contact, they can just get a bit of free play on the inner ball. So really light in general. Halfway through the season, we actually had an issue. Where did I put the release bearing? So yeah, I think it was the third round we had a really bad noise before top 32, and it was this fella. She seemed to seize up, and it was actually spinning in the inside instead of the actual bearing. So that sounded very rough. And as we were doing that, we also changed the clutch as well, as we were pretty much near the halfway point of the season. But this clutch is still usable, but it's just nice to know that we're at a fresh point, especially when we have quite a few events ahead. So what else do you think, Mike? Issues with the car? I think that's a lot of it.
It's unbelievable
when you think about how much driving this actually did. There's also some of the solid shims there in the head. So on the intake valves, sometimes we see them tightening up a little bit, and you have to just adjust the clearances during the season. But we're actually working on something right now to hopefully solve this issue moving forward. So that's one of the small things that the only reason we had to open the engine. So yeah, in general, it's been very impressive, hasn't it? The car.
Unbelievable. Because even when we look at this, there were some hard bangs.
Yeah, they were hard bits of contact, and only 3 mechanical items and some steering
For
arms.
sure, for somebody who's working on the car, this is one of the best things we upgraded to.
Yeah.
Like, You wouldn't believe the hit that took.
Yeah.
And nothing else was damaged on the car.
It was the front of the wheel took the contact and it just extended the toe arm, and that was a bad smack.
Oh, yeah.
And it just solves you from breaking anything else. So this is designed to slide inside the arm before the actual hub bends, or you bend something harder to replace.
We could fix in a 5-minute rule, whereas if you damage a hub, forget about it.
Yeah, it takes way too long. Yeah, no, it's been an absolutely incredible car, and we're very, very happy and proud of what we managed to put together, considering how much work we were putting in this time last year with the car as a bare shell just sitting here. So it's been unreal. We're actually going to be taking the car out on the 30th of this month in Watergrass Hill. There's a fun sprint on. So there's going to be everything from rally cars, buggies, a couple of drift cars. I think Darren McNamara is doing it. And what else? A few hot rods, some really interesting stuff, some very fast stuff. So we're going to bring this on track. We get 4 runs of 3 laps and all your times are added together. And it'll be just interesting to see how fast we can get this car to move around the track. So that'll be the first time ever as well. The car will be driven in its Aimol Racing livery in Ireland publicly, and even the first time since the car has been wrapped or come back from Russia. So I'm very, very excited for that. And also at the lunchtime we're planning to do a drift demo, so that should be good fun. What were you going to say?
Drift demo, if anyone wants to see the car in action.
Yeah, if you think driving straight is boring, I don't think I'll be fully driving straight, to be honest, anyway. But if you want to see smoke, come at lunch. So yeah, I'm excited to drive this girl again. And then after that it's Monday. Is that the 1st of February or 31st? Monday the 31st. We're gonna pull the car in here and start stripping it. So engine out, even though the engine's never been out of the car since we fitted it. The transmission has been only out to change the release bearing and the clutch. And we're going to be stripping the RS90 for the first time as well, the Samson's latest, strongest transmission. And it's been absolutely bulletproof. So can't wait to see what it looks like on the inside, but we're so happy with how it performed in the car all season long. Also, the quick change hasn't been looked at or touched all season, just oil when changing the gears, and the wise fab axles as well have been absolutely brilliant. I love the straight line. You can see if anything's going on, but they're 100% in the car. So what a car.
Yeah, and the wise fab axles as well with the adapter, they're on the shorter balls, which is lovely. I think, you know, the balls don't go the full length of the CV into the winters, so we haven't had an issue with them loosening, whereas that used to always happen on the other axles. Yeah. No, she's been bulletproof. We have some upgrades coming for the car, but I think we'll get into those in another video. So we'll be making a few changes, and we're excited to start testing it again. Hopefully we'll rebuild the car fully in February, and at the very start of March we're going to be aiming to test again. So once again, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody who watched our documentary Clipping Point. If you haven't seen it already, it's on www.clippingpoint.film. And to celebrate that, one of the main contributors and partners to our documentary has been BC Racing Coilovers, and they are giving away a free set of coilovers to anyone. So to enter the competition, we want you to put up an Instagram story simply watching the documentary, and you have to tag myself at JamesDean130 and BC Racing North America. You'll see the titles here. The competition is going to be running until the end of January. We're going to be picking one person at random to win the free set of coilovers. So once again, huge thank you to everyone who has been supporting by watching it. The feedback has been brilliant, and it was really exciting for us to be a part of. And also to our Russian fans, we've been getting quite a lot of requests about Russian subtitles. So our good friend Grinya has put a lot of time and effort into creating Russian subtitles. So now that's available to watch with the Russian subtitles. Yeah, so I hope you all enjoy it, and yeah, thank you for the support once again. So I think we're going to leave it there for this week. Very happy to have this back on track. Tomorrow I'm actually going to the UK to collect a car, which I'm after buying. It's an interesting one, so I'm very, very excited to show you guys that next. So take care, guys, and thank you very much.